Right, hello everyone, this is Product Shard, and today I'll be going over the Scar H. This is about the fourth or fifth assault rifle, and it's a pretty good assault rifle. It's great fun and very powerful, and if it's not actually that powerful, it just sounds it. Its sound is very, very fun. It's not the most accurate assault rifle, but it's very good for kind of medium range situations. The longer range, you need to start burst firing and stuff like that, and maybe equip a foregrip or something. But overall, it's very good at the medium range. The close range it can do okay at. The hip fire is pretty standard, but it can obviously the laser sight will tighten it up. But there is no need for the laser sight. It is pretty good all on, like by itself. You just have to be very accurate because you don't need that many bullets to kill. The recoil makes aiming pretty difficult because the recoil goes left and right as well as just up and down. So if you're trying to pull it left and the recoil takes it right, then it won't actually move, but if you pull it left and the recoil takes it left, it will go way too far left and you'll miss your target. So this can be pretty frustrating at times, and it makes it seem like the Scar has either loads of recoil or no recoil, or is really easy to control or really is very, very difficult to control. But over time you get used to it and you can do things to kind of lessen the recoil, like the burst firing and foregrip. It's a very powerful gun, at least it seems like it. When you play with it you get quite a few like 2-hit kills, whether that's always injured enemies or anything like that. It just seems like it is very powerful, and especially through walls, you can just spray through them and get pretty much kills as long as you're not using like a suppressor. So FMJ isn't really needed on this gun. You're not really going to be using it anyway on many other guns, but for this it's definitely not something you will need to use. Now there are two main classes that I use with this gun. The first one is kind of what you start off with, and I use even when it's max level for kind of the high kill games like Domination and on Nuketown and stuff, which is just using the quick draw handle and the fast mag. This gun has brilliant iron sights, so you really don't need any sights at all, unless you want like the MMS on search or something, because it's obviously very useful and it has a different kind of does something different to just any other sight, like the red dot sight. You don't need them, so I would keep the iron sights, especially if you can get used to them. They are very good and very easy to use, so just forget all sights basically, unless you're using one for a specific purpose. Then I've got the fast mag on there and the quick draw. That just allows you to aim in quicker and reload faster. It's kind of the fire rate and the recoil and everything. You don't need like a foregrip or anything if you can get used to the recoil. And these two things just make your movement and kind of when you get into a firefight, you'll be able to you're more likely to get the first kill, and obviously the fast mag just lets you reload that a little bit quicker to get you into the next fight. And then it's basically only those two. Then perks, I use Hardline Toughness Engineer because I have kill streaks. Like, I use this class to get kill streaks. I'm not to like, well, it's used as an objective gun, but it's a very good gun for getting kill streaks on because it is pretty reliable. So I've got the hardline to obviously reduce the score I need to get the kill streak, and engineer because I use care packages. Then you've got enough to use a lethal and tacticals, and also a secondary, because when you this gun, because of the inaccuracy of it, you will use a lot of ammo very quick, because you will spray kind of at people, and you need to like not be afraid of that at all, and put the secondary on there just in case you hit 0 bullets and you've got that secondary to get out, rather than having to run around with a combat knife. You can change out the fast mag for an extended mag if you want, when you finally unlock it, but you do unlock it very close to the end. But it is all down to personal preference, and I still prefer the fast mag now, because I play a lot of Nuketown and the Hijacked and stuff, so it is very fast paced, and being able to reload that little bit quicker. You normally only take like 15-20 bullets to kill someone, so the extended mag would allow you to get 2, maybe 3 easily, and obviously then you don't have to reload as often, but I normally reload after every kill anyway, so the fast mag is better for me. But if you play it a different way, then you can use the extended mag. Now, as I said, sights they're not really necessary, and the suppressor you can equip later, but that is what I put on my second class. Now, the second class I use for mainly search and destroy, but if a game isn't going well, I'll switch out to this one, because it's a lot quicker and more kind of used as an SMG type class. Now the main part of this is the perks, is to have kind of the ghost, the cold-blooded, dead silence, and then lightweight, and you can either have like a third attachment on the Scar, or you can put on extreme conditioning with a perk 3 greed, and then this allows you to get your Scar with, I still use the quick draw handle because on search it's pretty necessary, and then it's just a suppressor instead. It allows you to, well, having the ghost, the cold-blooded and the dead silence, and then the silencer just keeps you off the radar, which is what's needed for search, and lets you go all the way around the map without them basically knowing where you are, even when you come up against someone. And the lightweight and extreme conditioning, if you want to put them on, just allow you to get there quicker, and allow you to kind of get to the spawn killing places first, which just gives you a bit of an advantage. Then close to the end I was just trying stuff out, and I put the extended clip on instead of extreme conditioning. For different maps, different ones are more useful, so you can make 2 classes if you want, or just choose one. But yeah, you can put a third attachment on if you want. Obviously no sights, they're not particularly useful, but on search you may want to put like a target finder, but the recoil is pretty difficult to handle, kind of on the sights and stuff, whereas the iron sights just make it a lot easier to use. You can obviously change out the third attachment or one of the extra perks for some tacticals or lethals, but I was obviously trying to get this gun leveled up as quick as possible, so I wanted to get all kills possible with the gun. And to be honest, when you get used to using the gun and no tacticals or anything, then you can become pretty self-dependent on the gun, and then you just equip it with all the things needed for all the different situations, and you will be fine. Now, the attachments you don't want to use and just steer clear of is the sights. The laser sight is not needed. I have tried it a bit, and it obviously tightens up the hipfire, but you won't really be using the hipfire too much, hopefully. You should, because I use quick draw grip on all my classes with this. If you ever get into close quarters, you can just aim up and kill them a lot quicker anyway. So laser sight is definitely not needed. Select fire, just completely ignore it. On these you really don't need it at all. And that's basically it. If I've missed out any other critical attachments, I don't think I have. But yeah, they're the main ones you want to be using. And just avoid the ones that really don't give you any advantage whatsoever. Quick thing I want to just say is that this gun will take a not long time, but it will take quite a while to get used to it. Maybe an hour or 2 to get used to the recoil and stuff, because quite a few people I know have picked it up for like 1-2 games and have said the recoil is horrible and have just put it back again and haven't used it at all. But after you get used to it and you've got some of the attachments that you need on it, it does become very good, and it's just a very fun gun to use compared to all the M8A1 and stuff like that, and the AN94, which everyone uses. This isn't a gun that you see many people using, so you can feel independent's not the word. Individual, maybe. You can be your own person using a Scar and join the Scar army, I don't know. But yeah, you will be basically on your own, and the Like the Tricon, the last gun I used, I had it gold before I hit max level. This gun I managed to get to like 19 headshots off Cryptic Typhoon, so it's not a gun you're going to get many headshots with, I don't think. The recoil doesn't act in that upwards direction, it's more left and right, which means it's pretty difficult to control, and the headshots don't come easily. But if you want to, this gun does look nice in gold. I have seen quite a few people using it. Well, like the people that do use it for a while seem to use it all the way up to gold. And it is just a great gun to use. So if you like it, and you're kind of finding new guns, or you want to find new guns and you're finding the rest boring, then give this gun a try. It is great fun and you should enjoy it.